Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. Jay-Z re-signs his deal with the NFL. Does Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, not watch the internet? Does he not watch Piers Morgan? Yo, he clearly doesn't know who Jaguar Wright is. This is crazy. Yo, I love Meagan Thee Stallion, but Megan, you have to stop talking about Tory Lanez, man. We don't need a documentary about you and Tory Lanez. Yo, I am so pissed off at Chris Brown for doing this, man. I try to defend this guy. I try to be Team Breezy, but this is too far, man. Once Diddy has these names of these girls, he could deal with these people on a street level. So that's maybe why the prosecution don't want to give up the name. Y'all know what we've been hearing. Kim Porter mysteriously passed away. Somebody's car got blown up. All right, a lot of people are not talking about this. I don't know why, but this is a major development in the Diddy case. I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work, hallelujah. Yo, Big Meech is home, man. Bear, 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 bear. What up? It's your boy, Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Thursday morning, my second favorite day of the week. Yo, the weekend is almost here, y'all. I hope you guys are having a great day. I have a good show set up for you guys today. I got 5 lead stories. Diddy's lawyers demand the name of his accusers from the feds. A lot of people are not talking about this. Stay tuned, because this is actually a huge development, and not a lot of people are talking about it. I'll give you all the details. Our second lead story, Diddy's final chance at bail will be November the 4th. He has applied 3 times and been denied. He has his last chance November the 4th. Our third lead story, Jay-Z extends his deal with the NFL. A lot of people are talking about that because we all think that he's going to be indicted with Diddy. So we'll see what happens with that. Our fourth lead story, Big Meech has been released from prison. And in our fifth lead story, Meagan Thee Stallion opens up in a new documentary about Tory Lanez. Then when we're done with lead stories, we're going to jump into quick news. We're going to talk about Drake, Chris Brown, Angel Reese, Kendrick Lamar, Tyra Banks, and former MTV VJ Ananda Lewis. Then when we're done with quick news, we're going to close out the show as we always do with question of the day. I have 2 questions of the day today if we have enough time, and then we'll close out with sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Diddy's legal team requests for the feds to reveal the alleged victims' names, says it's necessary for his defense. All right, a lot of people are not talking about this. I don't know why, but this is a major development in the Diddy case. Let me read to you why. Diddy's legal teams claims that the federal prosecutors are hindering his ability to defend himself by not disclosing the identities of his accusers in his criminal case. According to TMZ, on Tuesday, Diddy's lawyers submitted new documents requesting a federal judge to order the U.S. Attorney's Office to reveal the identities of the anonymous alleged victims mentioned in the indictment. The news outlet states that this move would allow him to directly respond to accusations that he had abused, threatened, and coerced women. He is requesting that the federal prosecutors clarify who specifically is alleging that they had non-consensual actions. So, why this is huge on 2 levels. I'm going to give you guys the legal ramifications, and I'm also going to give you the street ramifications. All right. So the legal ramifications are pretty much obvious. So if you tell me, all right, it was Mary, it was Susan, and it was, whatever the person's name is. Okay. Kira. Then I don't know how I just pulled up those 3 names randomly, but so now they can build their defense and be like, oh, Kira, no problem. Let me show you all of the text messages from Kira saying, yo, Diddy, I love you. Yo, Diddy, our night was amazing last night. Boom, boom, boom. If he could show any sort of consensual text messages or consensual videotape, because y'all know that Diddy got a ton of evidence on videotape, that automatically puts that witness into question. Then the second one, Susan. Oh, Susan? She alleged that it was non-consensual? No problem. Say less. Here's a voicemail. Here is pictures with us. Here is this. Oh, here's the night that we're hanging out. If what we're hearing about Diddy, about his recording everything and tracking everything and the witnesses that were around, all his defense has to do is show that it was consensual. Because if you guys remember, most of this case is based on it was non-consensual. And Diddy has always maintained his innocence of saying, yo, all of this was consensual. Everybody knew what they were getting themselves into. So the reason for me why this is so big is that why, if these witnesses were non-consensual, why hasn't the prosecutors been giving up the name from the beginning? So that's the legal ramifications. It's questioning, hey, why aren't you giving us the names? But the street ramifications are, once Diddy has these names of these girls, or sometimes guys, because, you know, there's some men who's alleging that he abused them as well too. Now, once Diddy has these names, we all know what we've been hearing. Kim Porter mysteriously passed away. This person mysteriously passed away. Somebody's car got blown up. Once the names of these alleged victims are given to Diddy, maybe not even public, but at least given to Diddy once he knows, now with his money and his reach, he could deal with these people on a street level. So that's maybe why the prosecution, the prosecutors and the government don't want to give up the name. So this on both sides is good for Diddy. Again, don't ask me why more people are not talking about it, but this is why you guys tune into the Trying Out Loud podcast, because I give you everything y'all need to know. All right. So just to reiterate again, because I know it might be a little confusing, but the fact that the government is not giving the names out, Diddy's lawyers are like, how do you want us to defend ourselves? That could go under as a mistrial. That could go under of like, hey, he has a right to defend himself. You're not giving me the names. How can I defend? How can we defend? How can we defend Diddy? That doesn't bode well. The case could go out in a mistrial. It could get thrown out. But if they do give the names, then Diddy can handle them out in the street, and that can now hurt his case. So whether you look at it from a legal standpoint or from a street standpoint, this is all good and positive for Diddy. So we will see what happens. They made this demand, or not demand, but request to the judge. We'll see what the judge says. I, of course, contacted Meagan. She's the first one who posted about this. I've contacted her. I'll find out when the judge is going to answer this, and I will let you guys know. It's not over on the blogs, but stay tuned for the answer with that. I'm telling you right now, I'm predicting this will be a major shift in Diddy's trial. And one thing I didn't talk about last week is when he was in court, I think it was the 10th or the 11th, reports were he was very happy, Diddy was smiling, he was blowing kisses to his children, etc., etc. Maybe he knows something that we don't know. You know what I mean? All the reports are, hey, the only thing that he's complaining about is the food. He doesn't like the steak in there, or he doesn't like the fact that he can't get steak or whatever. Maybe Diddy knows something that we don't know. Maybe he knows that once these names are given up, he will totally just get himself off. And just remember, he's not in jail and he's not being accused for anything with Cassie. That video from that CNN played where he was hitting her outside the elevator, that happened 2016. That does not go under the statute of limitations. So he's not on trial for that. Who knows? We shall see. But if you ask me, this is a major development in the Diddy case. All right. Enough with that. I think our next thing that we're going to go over and talk about is, Diddy's final chance at bail. Another thing a lot of people are not talking about because he's been denied 3 times already. But this is a whole new set of judges, and there's 3 of them, and he has a whole new lawyer that's going to be presenting his case. I'll tell you guys all about it. Let's go over to it now. The Second Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals will hear arguments about Sean Diddy Combs' bail request on November the 4th. That's 2 weeks from next Monday. All right. Again, shout out to Meagan. You guys know she feeds me all the information. She is she is a trial journalist. She's covering the Diddy case. She's in the courtrooms and covering Young Thug. And Washington Post says that she is the best trial journalist. So shout out to Meagan. We are still going to have her on the show, by the way. All right. So she put this out just yesterday. And I did talk about this a couple of weeks ago, where Diddy has hired the best appeal lawyer in the United States. I don't remember her name. She's a woman. And apparently she has gotten the most notorious people out on bail. And also too, what Meagan also told us last week was that this is not just one judge. It's a 3-judge panel. So this is a special panel of 3 judges. And I'm not sure of the exact details if they're going to present anything more. I already told you guys a couple of weeks ago what Diddy was offering, $48 million home in Miami, his mom's $2 million home, all of his family's passport. He's selling his jet. He's going to pay a security company to watch him at his house. He will stay in his house under house arrest. He will not have any women come over. There's a whole list. I think they will keep that list. Plus now this new prosecutor, this new appeal judge will probably add more to that. Also, what she is going to discuss is that it's unfair that they're keeping him without giving him bail. That's what we discussed last week. And some of the things are unconstitutional. And I can't remember the other thing. One was that it's unconstitutional. And the other one was they're only holding him because of who he is. And if he wasn't a famous person, then he would be able to be out on bail. And that's apparently what she is going to present. So we will follow up on this. We will try to have Meagan on the show before to give you a little bit more details. She can give you a little bit more clinical details than I would. But this is just me letting you know what Meagan is calling and telling me. So thanks again, Meagan, for this information. Again, another thing that we are breaking here that a lot of people are not talking about. And yeah, shout out to Meagan for that inside information. All right. So that now is Diddy's bail. Let's go to Jay-Z. He just extended his deal with the NFL, but a lot of people are speculating because everyone feels like, hey, he might get caught up in this whole Diddy thing. You remember Piers Morgan and Beyonce with Jaguar, right? So everyone's a little surprised that the NFL is sticking by their boy Jay-Z. So let's go over to that story now. The NFL extends Jay-Z's deal for the Super Bowl halftime show. All right. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said the league will continue to work with Roc Nation, the entertainment company founded by Sean Carter, to produce the Super Bowl halftime show. It's been a mutual positive relationship, Goodell said of the company and its chief executive officer, Desiree Perez. I'm not sure either one of us really spent much time talking about the contract, Goodell said on Tuesday as the NFL owners met in Atlanta. Jay is happy, Desiree is happy, I'm happy, so we're all good. Roc Nation and the NFL struck a deal in 2019 to spearhead and advise on a selection of artists for the NFL tentpole performance. Roc Nation also helps the league with its Inspire Change program, the league's social justice initiative that has given out $375 million in grants. The previous deal was valued at $25 million over 5 years, according to ESPN. It's unclear how much the new deal is worth and how long it will last for. When the partnership began, the league was under scrutiny from media, politicians, and fans for its handling of Colin Kaepernick's protests and players kneeling during the American anthem. Since then, the league and Roc Nation have collaborated with artists such as Rihanna, The Weeknd, Shakira to perform the NFL's title game. Kendrick Lamar will take the stage at this coming Super Bowl in New Orleans. All right, so that's the details with Jay-Z. I mean, first of all, let's give Jay his props for landing the deal, him and Roc Nation. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm really interested to hear, do you guys think that Jay-Z is going to get wrapped up in this whole Diddy thing, right? Like I said last segment, Jaguar Wright came out and accused him and Beyonce of being worse than Diddy. Diddy's sitting behind bars right now. Who knows what he's going to say and talk to the feds. A lot of people have said that, Jay-Z in the background has learned from Diddy's mistakes. He's paying off these cases quietly. We all heard that Tony Busby said, on his 120 cases that celebrities have paid off some of his deals already. Once it gets paid off, everybody signs NDAs. You cannot talk about it. You'll never know. So, there's a couple of ways of looking at it. Jay-Z was never involved. He was friends with Diddy, but never went off to these freak-off parties. Or was he at these freak-off parties and, he's helping Diddy pay his legal fees. He's paying off these things. Who knows, man? We'll one day hopefully know, but who knows, right? But let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that Jay-Z is going to end up losing this deal if he gets indicted in a couple of weeks? Or do you think that Jay-Z and Beyonce are clean and they have nothing to do with it, and that's why the NFL is working with them? Let me know. Comment section below. Send me an email, trend@cfqr600.com, or send me a DM. All right, let's move on now to Big Meech, BMF. Big Meech was released from prison yesterday, all over the internet. I'll tell you guys about it for those of you who don't know who Big Meech is. The Jasmine brand exclusively reports Big Meech has been released from prison. The Jasmine brand exclusively reports Demetrius Big Meech has been released from prison. He was initially scheduled for release in 2026. As previously reported, the Black Mafia family co-founder was convicted of operating a national criminal enterprise and conspiracy to launder money instruments. The scam started in the 90s and reportedly brought in more than $270 million. Federal agents shut down at BMF in 2007. He has since been released. There is also some more information I got from Lauren LaRosa from Breakfast Club and Brown Girl Grinding. She said, I confirmed Meech is free, as Jasmine Brown reported. However, there are some conditions of his release per one source that I'm speaking to. Separately, his attorney, Brittany Barrett, and the attorney for the co-founder also said in a statement, we are overjoyed that Demetrius is finally free after nearly 20 years behind bars. 2 decades is an incredibly long time, and it's been inspiring to witness the power and hope and resilience. He used his time in prison to focus on his personal growth and transformation, and now has the opportunity to begin a new chapter. He's out, but millions more remain trapped inside. There is still work to be done. We need to push for real change, for the justice system that recognizes the dignity and potential for redemption in every individual. Our commitment to changing the injustices that still exist in the criminal legal system remains unwavering. There is nothing more. So that's it from that. The reason why this is such a big news especially in the music industry, is that they say that he funneled a lot of his money, or laundered a lot of his money, through hip hop artists and in the hip hop game. Most notable, Young Jeezy was allegedly part of BMF. Also, Diddy, as you guys know, Diddy signed Young Jeezy, or no, it wasn't Young Jeezy, it was Young Jeezy's group, or had something to do with it. Anyways, but yeah, this is big news that Meech is finally home. If you guys have ever watched any of 50 Cent show, BMF is one of his shows on Stars. So if you want to know more about Big Meech, you can catch it on Stars. But this is big news. This is big news for the music industry. Big Meech is home. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I'm excited to see if 50 Cent is actually going to maybe even put him in the series, in the BMF series. We will see. But welcome home, Big Meech. All right, let's now jump over to Meagan Thee Stallion and her, and she has a new documentary talking about Tory Lanez. A lot of people are not happy with it. Some people are. Let's go over and go to Meagan Thee Stallion right now. Meagan Thee Stallion opens up about the aftermath of the Tory Lanez shooting in the trailer for the new documentary. She said, I was definitely getting a little too engulfed in social media. I had really had a real breakdown. All right. Looks like we are finally seeing everything that Meagan Thee Stallion was going through following her aftermath with the Tory Lanez shooting. I have a little clip. Take a listen.
My mama, she just passed. I am going to cancel all of my shows. Not having fun right now.
Star Meagan Thee Stallion said that she was the victim of a shooting.
I start getting the backlash. Everybody hates me. I had really had like a real breakdown.
I don't know why everybody gets so up in arms when Meagan Thee Stallion talks about Tory Lanez. I do understand, because a lot of people think Tory Lanez was innocent, and you know, it's maybe it was her best friend that shot, or he didn't really shoot her and it was glass in her foot. I'm not going to get into it. I covered that, you know, during the trial on this podcast. But I think this is Megan's story to tell, you know, like whether you believe her or not or whatever, she obviously has gone through a lot. I obviously, for copyright reasons, I couldn't play the whole documentary preview. It's like 3 or 4 minutes long. But she talks about, you know, coming into the industry with her mom in her corner. Then, you know, she lost her mom. Her mom passed away. And then her whole life changed that day of the shooting, you know, with Tory Lanez. And then I think what's affected Meagan Thee Stallion more than the shooting is the backlash that she got from social media because she, quote unquote, snitched, or what some people say, lie on Tory Lanez. So I think it was that backlash, and it's always going to stick with her. This is the reason why I don't like this documentary personally, because she's not going to be able to say anything to change people's minds about the Tory Lanez situation. There's a group of people that believe Tory Lanez is innocent. There's a group of people that think that she shouldn't have said anything and she shouldn't have snitched. And there's just a group of people who are like, that believe her and are on her side and defend her, right? So I just don't think this documentary is going to change anything, right? The documentary is about her. You know, it might get people to understand the situation and maybe feel sorry for her a little bit, but this is 2024. Nobody feels sorry for anybody now. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to sit down and cry and weep over a celebrity that's making multi-millions amounts of dollars. You know what I mean? It's just, I just don't like that she's doing this. I think the best thing for her is to just make good music and continue on her path, because the more she talks about it, the more it's going to, you know, just be like a gray cloud over her career. So I don't like this, but y'all know, even from yesterday's podcast, I'm a big Meagan Thee Stallion fan. So shout out to Megan. I will watch it because I'm one of the people who are on her side. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you team Tory or are you team Megan? I bet you there's going to be way more team Tory in the comment section, but we'll see. All right, let's go over to quick news. We're going to talk about Drake. Chris Brown did something so stupid. I'm so mad at him. Angel Reese, Kendrick Lamar, Tyra Banks, and former MTV VJ Ananda Lewis. Let's go to quick news right now. Highest grossing rap tours of all time. All right, who y'all think is number one? Of course, people are going to say Kendrick Lamar because everybody's talking about Kendrick Lamar these days. But I just wanted to put out here that my boy, Canadian superstar himself, Drizzy, it's all a blur tour, $320 million, the highest grossing rap tour of all times. Second place, Travis Scott, 154 million. Kendrick Lamar, 110. Kendrick Lamar, 1/3 of my boy Drizzy. Y'all know how we get down. Pink Friday, 108, and 50 Cent, the Final Lap Tour, 108. 50 Cent actually put this on his Instagram, and he says, I don't know where they're getting these numbers from, but they're wrong. Nicki Minaj would be in the 8th spot. She worked really hard. She did 2 legs of the Gag City Tour. I don't know if because she did 2 legs of it, why they're not adding it, but I know Drake had like 3 legs and they're including it. So I don't know what 50 Cent is saying, but anyways, shout out to the boy Drizzy, yo. You know what I mean? All right, let's go over to Chris Brown and the stupid thing that he did. Let's go over to Chris Breezy. Chris Brown responds to petition urging cancellation of his South Africa concert. And he wrote, I can't wait to come. I'm so mad. I am so mad at this. Chris Brown has commented on the Women for Change Instagram account where they made a post about their petition to get his upcoming South African concert canceled. All right, I did speak about this. I think it was maybe Monday that Chris Brown has a concert in South Africa, and Women for Change in South Africa have, I think it's 30,000 signatures so far going against Chris. But they haven't canceled it yet, right? It's just Women for Change that wants to prevent domestic violence, and they don't want Chris to perform. So this is the post that they put out, okay? So it's stop Chris Brown from performing in South Africa, no stage for abusers. They thanked somebody and they said, thank you for everybody for standing by this. They said, this goes beyond Chris Brown. It's about standing up for millions of survivors of gender-basis violence. Join us in demanding accountability. Stop the petition. Now, Chris Brown went underneath that comment and posted, "I can't wait to come." Like, why would you do that and put a heart emoji? Like, why would you do that? That just shows that you have no heart, bro. That shows a lack of remorse. You know, like, first of all, you shouldn't comment anything. But if you do comment and if you do say something, write and say, you know, look, I understand. I am too on the side of preventing domestic violence. I did something stupid when I was 18 years old. I've learned from this. I've done my courses. I've done my classes. I actually would like to sign, something else that's not banning me, but signing something to, stop domestic violence, or like, just, just don't. I'm just really pissed off that he did something like this, because I like to try to go into Chris Brown's corner, because I believe that he has a good heart, and he made a mistake when he was 18 years old, and if Rihanna could forgive it, I think we could too. And the other accusers that have been accusing him, nobody has gone to court, and there's been no criminal charges placed against him. He has just brought to court civilly. So until I hear some proof of something else other than Rihanna, I'm just going to deal with the facts. And, but when you do something like this, bro, like this is just stupid. And it makes it hard for the people who are Team Breezy to try to defend you, man. Like, this is just stupid. Let's go over to, Angel Reese and the reason why she is going viral. Let's go to Angel. Angel Reese says that her WNBA salary doesn't cover her $8,000 monthly rent and barely pays her car note. She says, "I'm living beyond my means." WNBA star Angel Reese recently gave unfiltered insight about her salary as a professional basketball player. Following her appearance on Victoria's Secret's fashion show on Tuesday, October the 15th, the Chicago Sky player hosted a live stream where she joked about her $74,000 annual income from the league, a little over $6,000 a month, doesn't cover one of her bills, before doing the math and realizing that it doesn't even pay her $8,000 monthly rent. Reese reportedly collects most of her revenue from major brand deals, endorsements, and being an internet personality. All right, people are dragging Angel Reese online for this, being like, "Why are you paying $8,000 a month rent? You should buy a house. This is why you should get money managers." And you guys are completely missing this and not even realizing it is a joke. Let me play a little clip from it, and then I'll give you guys more details on the other side.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Yo, I'm living beyond my means. It's like,
okay, listen, all right? So, yeah, she makes $74,000 a year from the WNBA. And so that's $6,000 a month. Her rent is $8,000. Y'all are dragging her for that. What you're not realizing is that Angel Reese makes millions of dollars, millions, from endorsements. Like I said, read in an article, endorsements, internet, whatever. She gets paid appearance fees. I would think probably by the end of the year, Angel Reese is probably going to end up making probably over $10 million. So her $8,000 monthly rent is going to be nothing for her. So although I understand kind of what you guys are saying, that shoot, put that money towards a house, but celebrities, especially traveling celebrities, they rent and maybe will buy a house where they're from and rent. A lot of the Toronto Raptors that are American, which they're mostly American, they don't buy a place in Toronto. They rent a place and they have a home in LA, or they have a home in New York, or wherever it is that they're from, right? So y'all are looking at it like y'all are making $74,000. When you make $75,000, yes, that's all you make. But a celebrity, or especially like an athlete, the money that they make is nothing compared to their endorsements. I remember Tiger Woods was famous for saying that he's never even spent a dime of the money that he made on tour. He lives off of his endorsement money. And I think he actually donates or gives away the money that he makes on tour. So anyways, let's move on now to Kendrick Lamar. I hate to do this, but I got to. Kendrick Lamar wins the BET Hip Hop Artist of the Year award. All right, the BET Awards were on Tuesday night. I forgot to even talk about it yesterday. Like everybody was saying, we didn't even know it was on. Like, I didn't even hear any promotion. Nobody did, so at least I don't feel bad. But Kendrick Lamar cleaned up. He won Hip Hop Artist of the Year. He won Hip Hop Award for Hip Hop Song of the Year. He won Hip Hop Best Video of the Year, Lyricist of the Year, Video Director of the Year, Impact Track of the Year, and I think that's it. Jeez. Not like us. Ugh. Y'all know I'm Canadian. Y'all know I'm a big Drizzy fan. I was going for Drizzy in the battle. But I got to give it to Kendrick. He had a great year. And yeah, this award season is going to be brutal for me, Drake, and the rest of the people who are Canadians. But shout out to Kendrick. Tyra Banks makes return to Victoria's Secret's fashion show nearly 20 years later. All right. I think the fashion show was Tuesday night. Again, later reporting this, but shout out to Tyra Banks. Y'all may not know, but Tyra Banks was like super model crazy back in the day, like legendary. And I think she actually made her name off of Victoria's Secret, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to put up a picture of Tyra Banks from 2005 to 2024. So I guess that was 19 years ago. She looks almost the exact same. And I think they said Tyra Banks is around 50 or 51 years old. So shout out to Tyra Banks, looking good. Black don't crack. She looks great. Body looks the same. Face looks the same. I mean, hairstyle changed a little bit, but shout out to Tyra Banks for making your return to NYC and Victoria's Secret. All right, let's jump over now to our final quick story, our quick news. Ananda Lewis, and then we're going to go to question of the day and sports news. So stick around. Former MTV VJ Ananda Lewis reveals she now has stage 4 breast cancer after she initially refused surgery due to believing her body was intelligent enough to fight it off. Looking back, maybe I should have. This is really sad. I don't have time to go in depth and read the whole article, but I did watch a little clip. I think it was from CNN that Ananda could have had the surgery, but she chose to diet and take homeopathic medicine and have her body fight off the toxins. And she made it a couple of years, and now she's in stage 4. So we just wanted to send out a shout out to Ananda Lewis. I remember Ananda Lewis from MTV. She was so bad back in the day. I mean, she's still gorgeous now, but I mean, everybody was always crazy over Ananda Lewis. So big shout outs to her. I did hear today, though, that from on the Breakfast Club that Lauren LaRosa was saying that her mom had stage 4 breast cancer and survived. So we normally are used to hearing stage 4 breast cancer as, you know, or any cancer being terminal, but apparently with stage 4 breast cancer, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's terminal. So prayers and everything going out to Ananda Lewis. Hopefully you take the surgery now, or you take the medical route and you do better. But shout out to Ananda Lewis. Let's jump over to question of the day. What age did you stop and outgrow the club scene? All right, this question is very personal to me because I don't think you should ever outgrow the club scene. I'll just give you guys my answers right now. I'm a big music person. I am going to be in the club when I'm 80 or 90 years old. I could promise you that. People are always like, oh man, you shouldn't go to the club after this age or that age. I think that is total crap. Sorry to just give my answer right away, but it really pisses me off when people say that you should have an age limit to go out to the club. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying that, you know, you should be in your 50s and be at the club 4 days a week, but you know, the club is a place for music. It is a place to have fun. It is a place to, you know, mingle and, you know, meet people or do whatever. And I actually don't think there's anything wrong, especially when I'm away and I'm traveling. I love going out to the clubs, man. I was just in a club in New York City with Mano last Saturday. So, you know, shout out to my club goers out there. Anyways, QNO said 27 or 28, I'm out. LA Cherry said, when you're smart enough to start traveling the world instead of traveling the nightclubs. Again, see, so insulting. I have traveled the world. I've been to South Africa. I've been to Asia. I have been to Japan. Well, I think Japan is still in Asia. I've been to Europe. I have the US, everywhere. Okay. I've been to almost every single continent. And every single continent I go to, I also do go to the club. All right. Partying in Japan is the best. They don't even close. All right. Like I'm walking out the club at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. Also too in Miami, shout out to Club 11 that never closes 24 hours a day. I told you guys this is personal for me. Barbie_82 said, what age you stop worrying about other people? Exactly. Stop worrying about other people, all right? Lovely Laura says, I only like the club scene while on vacation. Locally, I get my rent worth and I stay at home. I can understand that. I don't necessarily love going out here locally, but that's just because, you know, you're seeing the same people all the time. I like going to different clubs, like I said, especially if I'm in New York or whatever, but I still will go out in Montreal and Toronto pretty often, actually. Tia Cole said, I love a day party, but I'm tipsy in bed by 7 p.m. Yo, I'll give her that. I am definitely a night owl. I'm a night person. And I think it was just this past summer, I went on a date with this girl and she's like, yo, let's go out to like a rooftop, a day club. I was like, go out to a day club. We went out around like 2 or 3 o'clock. Yo, it was the best time ever. I was literally tripping, being like, yo, this is so fun. I'm not a day party type of person, but I went one time and I definitely will go back again. Super dope. Kima Love said, 100 years old, baby, and I'm outside in the club. Thank you. Shout out to you. Love you for that. Kiro 510 said, I was done at 23. Ice Mike says, as you grow older, you realize staying home is the best choice. Totally disagree. I love staying at home. Don't get it twisted. I just had Thanksgiving at my house here. I had like 30, 40 people. New Year's Eve party I have at my house. I love it, but I love my clubs. All right. All right. I'll read 2 more because I want to get 2 questions of the day in today. Bella Press Salon said, I got tired of the club by 27. It's played out and a waste of money. Yo, just pre-drink if you don't have the money. All right. All right. The last one, Call Me Tory said, at no age, when I want to stay home, I do. When I want to go out, I do. Love that. All right. Let's go now to the second question of the day. Which one should I do? Why are you single, or what are you absolutely too old for? Let's pick why are you single, and then tomorrow we'll do what are you absolutely too old for, right? Because I feel like that old one is kind of like the club. So let's go to why are you single? All right, our second question of the day. Why are you single? Miss Shannon says, because I choose to be. It's drama-free and peaceful. I guess this one is a little personal for me too, because I'm single, but I'll wait till the end to answer that. That's Demon says, because these men don't know how to be men. Whatever Jasmine said, I'm married but single because I get bored sometimes. Damn. All right. Myself _ Lynn says, men want to be chased and like to play games. That's why I'm single. Walter Perry said, I'm single because I need to work myself by getting my mind right. I think he meant work on myself, but fair. Ashley says, because hookups culture existence. Okay. Next one says, how much time y'all got? Victoria said, I love my peace and a man doesn't define me. Somebody says, dating is too much. Another person said, I've been in an abusive marriage and relationship. I just want peace of mind. Another person says, because I'm a giver who was dealing with a taker, so I had to finally set my limits. Somebody else said, because my ex cheated on me with his fat baby mama all throughout our relationship. Another person says, because I'm not for no stupid arguments. And the last one is, here comes the deflection, dismissal, and lack of accountability. All right, all good answers. Another person said, I'm too picky. Somebody said peace of mind. You guys let me know the answers to today's questions. What age did you stop going to the club? Or you like me and you're going to go till the clock stops? And also the second question is, why are you single? For me, why I'm single is because I actually really just enjoy being single, and like I'm a workaholic and I feel like there's a lot of things that I want to do in this world, and I wanted to do them by myself and really focus on that and build. And I'm starting to feel now like I might be ready to not be single. So I'm single because I want to be, but I'm actually thinking I'm ready not to be single. if y'all really must know. But let me know your answers below, or send me an email, Trent at cfqr600.com, or send me a DM at any social media accounts at Trent Out Loud. All right, that brings us to sports news. Congratulations, Tom Brady is now part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Tom Brady is now a minority owner in the Las Vegas Raiders. According to multiple reports, the quarterback became a part owner of the team after his stake was anonymously approved by the NFL owners at the league's fall meeting in Atlanta on Tuesday, October the 15th. Raiders fans, y'all excited to have Brady as part of the ownership group. I love to see this. Magic Johnson is a part owner of the Commanders. The Williams sister are part owners of the Miami Dolphins, et cetera, et cetera. I like when I see, you know, athletes that help build the brand get into the ownership. I would like to see an athlete one day be like a majority owner, not minority owner, but love to see this. And of course, you know, Tom Brady, one of the GOATs. So really dope to see this. All right, that's it for our Thursday show. Make sure you guys tune in for our Friday show. You know, Friday shows are always really dope. Before I let you go, just want to remind you guys of all the ways to stay up with the Trent Out Loud podcast. For those who are watching on YouTube or listening on podcast platforms, please try to check me out Monday through Friday on cfqr600.com. You could log on from anywhere in the world, or 600 AM on your radio if you're in the Montreal area. We do play the Trent Out Loud podcast, but we mix in 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great hour, a great way to just break up your day and listen to some good music and get your entertainment news. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the Trent Out Loud podcast on CFQR 600 and you can't always catch a show from 11 to 12, we understand you're busy. I'm going to give you 3 ways to keep up with the show. First of all, first is now on the CFQR 600 app. There is a play again button. Just click that any time of the day. Click on that and go to Trent Out Loud, and you'll see all of the podcasts listed there. You can listen to yesterday's, 2 days ago, go all the way back. Everything is listed, so you can stay up to date there. And also, you can go to any podcast platform or on YouTube. And if you're like me and you like to watch your video, if you like to watch your podcast with video, Spotify now also supports video. So there's YouTube and video. Lastly, you can keep up to date with me on any of my social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Follow the production company, Exclusivity Media, on Instagram. And lastly, for those listeners on CFQR600.com, do not touch that dial. After the Trent Out Loud podcast, we are Don Smooth is coming up to give you the hits with his midday mix. That's my boy Don Smooth, always bringing the hits. So make sure you tune in for that. I will see you guys on Friday. The weekend is almost here, y'all. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.